When we were kids, there used to be magazines that would come out and they would always talk about the horrible rumors that were going around. And today we're going to talk about some of these, some of them that came true, some of them that weren't true, but it doesn't matter because all of them are worth talking about today on Podcast Rock City Live. What's up, everybody? Joe here from Podcast Rock City. And with me this week, not Sunny Hollywood Pooney. The man, the myth, the legend, Joey Casada.
Welcome back, everyone, to the #1 rated KISS podcast in all of the universe. What a beautiful day it is. Look, the sun is shining. We got no Sunny Pooney to bring us down. What a marvelous day.
I want to tell you, okay, before I do that, I got to tell you, and right there, the lovely and also talented goddess of thunder herself, Lee. Hi, Lee.
Hi, everybody.
You know, something, your t-shirt's cracking me up right now because it's Dante, but from Clerks, I think I just stumbled across, does he have a podcast called Dante's Inferno?
I think he's got a podcast.
Yeah, I stumbled across it today, but I didn't get a chance to click. Okay, it's not a Clerks podcast, but you guys all, I'm sure,
love Clerks though.
Okay, all right. So
before we get into the thick of things, can I just say how amazing we never talk about it enough. The intro music, all the music we're using, the classic '78 stuff. Oh my God, it is. I haven't gone back and revisited it in a little while. I got to go back and revisit all three of those records. Those, if people don't know, those are some of the greatest KISS records, period.
Kiss-ish.
It's so incredible. Check it out. My buddy Joe McGinnis, unfortunately, Tom passed away recently, and Charlie Benante's on the new record. It's incredible stuff. Check out Classic '78, guys.
Yeah, it's amazing. So much to talk about. There's so much happening. But one of the things that I want to mention real quick is we're in the middle of the week right now, and Eric Carr's birthday is coming up on the 11th, I believe it is. And so we'll probably talk more about that next week.
Who's in the middle of the week?
Huh?
You said we're in the middle of the week.
Oh, I meant his birthday's in the middle of the week. What's today? The 3rd?
Sunday.
6th, right? So it would be, next week. But anyway, we're going to talk about that. So make sure you guys tune in. And I'm doing this all on my own because Hector's still gone. So
we couldn't go with Hector's friends, Pedro or somebody.
Don't get nervous. Don't get nervous. It's all good. But Hector, I don't know what's going on with Hector.
Hold on.
So
Joe, Hector didn't get deported or anything, did he?
No, I don't think so.
Oh boy, let's not.
I think he's here legally. Yes.
Oh,
so
he married in, didn't he?
Yes. Let's go ahead and get to the news.
Podcast Rock City News.
So what you're seeing right here is Fanboy. It's this weekend in Knoxville, Tennessee. I will be there. If you guys are going to be there, please, if you see me, come over and say hi. And the reason why I'm going, well, there's a few reasons why I'm going. Helen Hunt. No, I'm kidding. I'm not. Look, William Shatner's going to be there.
I met him. He was nice.
Everybody that I'm... Billy D. Williams,
Alex
Gene
Baldwin
Simmons will be there. Hey, hey,
How
Joey,
much? What do we
take a
got to
guess.
pay?
Take a guess how much an autograph is for Gene Simmons.
Just an autograph.
I
Just a
say 150.
Lee?
200.
Okay, so and I am going to get one autograph on my record player because my record player's got Peter and Ace on it, and I'd like to get Gene and Paul eventually. So my record player, okay, it's $300.
I'm glad I got all stuff I needed.
It's $300 for any autograph, Joe?
No. So it's $250 if you want it on something flat, and $300 if it's
special.
bulky, I guess. Steve is going to be there from Blue's Clues.
Listen, I get it. Listen, a lot of these people, I love that they do these conventions, and a lot of these people, this is their income. This is their payday. Everyone's there. They got to charge all this money for their autographs and their pictures and stuff like that. But some of these people, like Gene, come on, dude. I mean,
he doesn't need to do that.
It's I get it, because then you'll be signing 1,000 autographs. That would be the reason why, to at least raise the prices. But you're better off I'd rather him lower the prices, set a limit of a time, and then that's the end of that.
Yep. Billy D.
also
Williams
having
autograph.
a bass thing though, Joe, where you can do a bass class.
You can do a bass class with him too.
I'd love to, but I'm not paying like $5,000 for that.
And you get a bass and all that, but I'm not doing that. Billy D. Williams autograph is $350.
Really?
I've never been in my whole life. I've never been an autograph person. That stuff means nothing to me. To me, the way I think about stuff like that is, if you're going to pay for something like that, not to take anything away from people who love that stuff. I get it. And I'm a collector. I collect stupid toys. So trust me, I get it. I just think something like that, if you're paying for it, it means nothing. I'd rather meet someone and hang out with someone, or, happenstance, meet someone in an airport, get an autograph, stuff like that. If you're just waiting online and spending $300, $400, $500 for an autograph, it almost sours the meaning behind it.
Okay,
especially
I get
if you
that.
already have like 10 or 20 of them. Why do you need any more?
Yeah, no, I get that 100%.
I got enough Gene Simmons autographs.
I'm really at this point right now where I have like 3 things that I need completed. If I don't get them completed, so be it.
All I need is Paul on my picture disc. All I need, literally.
When
is Paul going to do a convention?
Yeah, if I don't get them all done, so be it. Whatever happens, happens. This is an opportunity. Karen got it for me for my birthday. So I'll get one autograph. It'll be signed on the record player.
Bruce is going to be there too.
Bruce is going to be there too. Guess how much Bruce's autograph is?
80.
Joey?
$100.
$50.
What a guy. What a sweetheart.
Yeah, if I read it right. I'm pretty sure I did. It was $50. Okay, so there's still even more news. So I want to make sure that I show you guys this. Now, the picture I used is not from the Ozzy show yesterday, but it is of the outfit from that Charlie Benante was wearing. Now, I saw, can you guys see that?
Yeah.
Sure.
Okay. I was, when I saw Metallica last month, I noticed that he had a 3 on the back of his, I thought it was a t-shirt, and it turned out to be one. Is that the actual, what Peter had on his back, or is it a little different?
I think that's what Peter, I mean, it's not the actual one, because it's what Charlie wears now. He had it made, but that's what Peter had, that 3 with that little tail on the end of it. Charlie's been wearing this. I've seen him wear this a lot during all his Pantera shows. So he's always doing, obviously doing a tribute to Peter. We just mentioned it. He's on the classic 78 stuff. He loves Peter, and rightfully so. It's one of his biggest influences.
Oh, that's so cool.
For you guys that don't know, when the last classic 78 album came out, he came on the show and did an interview with us and talked about it. And of course, for like 2 minutes near the end, I had to fanboy on him, because Anthrax was one of my favorite bands when I was in high school. Loved them. And I'm just saying. So, and he was so nice. And the whole time he was being interviewed, he had the pictures like these behind him, and they were Peter. So if I'm remembering that correctly.
Charlie's great. I mean, listen, guys, it's time. They just did the Sabbath tribute I would love to see a Kiss ventured thing like that, because there are these bands that obviously Ozzy was sitting down the whole time. He has Parkinson's. He couldn't stand up, but he still sounded really good.
He did.
He listen, sitting in a throne, still had that Ozzy vibe. All the bands, the musicians, Sabbath themselves sounded good. It's great to see these bands get honored this way, right? And I would love to see all of the bands coming up. Sabbath's a little bit older than all these other bands, right? Zeppelin, I don't know if ever had this type of event, right? I'd love to see this happen for everyone. It's a great send-off. And listen, not that the end of the road wasn't, but my take on that last concert, where it's pretty well publicized, but I wish Kiss did something like this where all the members, that meant a lot to Jakey Lee to get up there, even if it wasn't with Ozzy, to just be up there being honored with those members. I'd love to see all the Kiss members get their moment like that. Get Bruce up there with an all-star band to honor some of his legacy in an event like this. Kiss Vegas could be something like this, and I wish it was.
Jakey Lee is my favorite Ozzy guitar player. I just always loved him, and then he proved it to everybody when he got in Badlands, because that was awesome. Lee, did you get to see any of the Ozzy show?
No, I just saw a little video. I saw a clip of Ozzy coming up in the throne and singing, and he sounded really good.
Yeah, I thought he sounded pretty good too. I did see a video where it was it Randy Rhoads' sister, I think, made a speech. If I'm mistaken, I'm sorry. It was hard to hear what was going on, but they were basically talking about Randy Rhoads. And then I heard, was the singer from Disturbed there? Was he singing? I heard he got booed.
Oh, yes.
Why would that happen?
Well, I think there's some allegation. There was some stuff that came out that he did some inappropriate stuff with some underage people, and
allegedly.
Yeah. So I believe that's what happened. I don't know for sure.
I saw Lizzie Hale sing a song on a video.
Lizzie Hale was there. Yeah. All right, and there's still some more news that I want to make sure. There's actually a couple more things I want to make sure you guys get them all. Brute, there's an interview here. I don't know if I've mentioned this yet, but it's a Bruce Kulick story, and it was it just came out just a few days ago. It says, as we mark 40 years since the release of Asylum, I always put Kiss in there. Bruce Kulick looks back on his official debut as Kiss's lead guitarist, an interview by Ken Sharp. Ken Sharp gets all the interviews. I sat and ate with him one time. I'll tell you guys off the air about that one day.
Oh, boy.
I ate on the cruise with him. He sat down because I had interviewed him. I don't know, maybe the day before, and he recognized me and walked over and had a seat. We had a long conversation. It was funny. So you guys, if you haven't checked that out, make sure you do go and check that out, because I'm just saying, we all love Bruce, right?
Yes, we do.
Okay. I think there's one more thing. Joey, you had something.
Yeah, so let me just make sure I have the date correct. This Friday, Xander and Peter Arquette are relaunching the Kiss Museum Friday night, July 11th at 6 p.m. I don't know if you guys knew the backstory, but I think Xander either partially bought it or bought the full Kiss Museum. So they will be relaunching that this Friday night at 6 p.m. Can't wait. Xander is incredible. One of the only Kiss podcasts out there that we really enjoy. Kiss Army things, just so much fun. That's a double Joe on the screen. We don't need to see that.
We get two Joes tonight.
That's worse than a Poonie up in that corner.
No. Well, I don't know what happened. We crashed and burned, and well,
it may be the big announcement of the Kiss Museum relaunching crashed the internet. I think the Kiss Museum relaunch announcement has crashed the internet.
Maybe. Let me see. Where did Lee? We're waiting on Lee. Well, I'll do everything I can to share let me go ahead and we'll all do our best to get everybody back here.
It could be, I could picture Sonny Pooney like Abner Devereaux behind the board, just, sabotaging us right now, that son of a bitch.
I don't think that's what happened.
Deborah.
But anyway, all right. So go ahead. Let's talk about Kiss Museum. For those of you that don't know, Kiss Museum was one of the oldest places online that you can go and purchase Kiss products, Kiss stuff, old and new. I have a ton of the what do you call it? The old man, the books that used to come out. Joey, do you have any of those?
I don't.
I might. In my bin of crap.
They used to come out, and you would, if you look through them now, you guys, I can just tell you that the prices are unbelievably low. How about that?
Yeah.
Listen, I always like to, especially when you're buying stuff, you want to buy stuff from people that are good people, right? So Xander from Kiss Army Things is one of the good guys. He's one of the great people. So I think you can trust what you're doing. If Xander's behind it, it's going to be top notch. It's going to be well thought out. It's going to be on the up and up. So Kiss Museum Friday night, 6 p.m. Check it out.
Is it a website for buying stuff or a podcast? I'm confused.
No, it's a website.
No,
yep.
It's a website for buying. Yeah,
I think it's kissmuseum.com, right?
I remember buying things, obviously, from that.
Yeah, I've gotten quite a few things. They used to have all kinds of stuff, T-shirts.
They had good stuff.
And yeah, they had really good stuff. And
Joey Middleton just had a good little thing. Why don't you post that up on here? The internet could not handle. As soon as you had two of you on the same screen, the whole thing crashed.
I like the one above it.
What's the one above it?
That could be too.
Even better.
I don't know. I don't want to blame anybody. It was probably just the internet. Anyway, okay, you guys are all coming back. Thank you very much. Sorry this happened. It's so weird. But anyway, all right. So I had a whole setup here I wanted to show you, but the minute I did it, it all went to crap.
We'll crash again if you use the Joe Cam.
I'm not using the Joe Cam. All right, so listen, let's go ahead and just talk about the topic. Hey, don't forget, we're the best show in the universe.
Not just the best show, the number one rated. And now when we say the number one, guys, we can say the number one, but we advise you not to use the number one, because we have gone and trademarked that since we are the only number one. Truck, I'm sorry, you have to send $69.95 to Podcast Rock City right now for using that number one. Anyone who uses the number one will now have to send money to us. And look who's on tonight, It's Ernie Palooza from the hit show Top 5 with Joey Casada. We love Ernie. Joe, Ernie would be a great guest host, if we ever decide to officially get rid of Sonny Pooney, that ugly bastard. Ernie is way more handsome if we want to get him on here.
I'm just going to let you know that right now he's burning on me, kind of. So my answer to that is...
he's not burning on you. He's mentioning how Top 5 never crashes because they've never had two handsome Joes on at once. That's what it must be.
We'll go with that. Okay. God bless. We haven't had something like this happen in a very long time, but that's okay. We're still here. You guys are back. You're all back. It's so good to see you. Let's go ahead and get to our topic of the week.
Podcast Rock City topic of the week.
Well, I need to turn a light on, so I got a lot to read today. So I was looking at this magazine this week, Kiss Rumors. Oh, it's over here. Kiss Rumors. And I was just wondering how many of these things have really come true or were true back when we were reading about them. And
well, we know Gene really had a cow tongue, sewn on.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. So what I wanted to do was I wanted to go in here and read some of them and see what you guys think about these rumors. And then we're going to get in a little deeper because, no pun intended, I just have a few other things that I wanted to say. Okay, so look, right here it says Kiss Rumors. This is 16 magazine from November 79. Kids, write that down. November 79. I want you to remember that date right now. 16 magazine, November 79. It says
so Dynasty Tour is done, right? November 79?
I think so, yeah.
Okay.
Okay. There's all kinds of little blurbs here, but I'm going to read a couple of these to you. So, fiction. The entire country has been buzzing about the departure of Peter Criss from the group. According to the rumor mill, he's already left.
Oh, boy.
And there's a Super Dynamite clone taking his place.
Oh.
All
right.
They mean like on live and everything, that there was a clone.
Yeah, listen to this. So here's the fact. Peter Criss is alive and well and taking his rightful place behind Kiss's huge set of drums and the Pussycat makeup. Yes, it really is Peter who's been knocking you out at the fabulous new Kiss concert, and he most definitely is not going to be leaving. Will Peter be a kisser forever and ever? Well, he and the other guys have no specific plans to be anything else but for the time being. Okay, so we're gonna get back to
half and half, right?
We're gonna get back to that. Okay, here's another one. Gene and Cher are married.
Oh, boy.
And they don't care what anybody thinks. That's the fiction. The fact. Gene and Cher have been seeing each other on and off for a while now, although their individual schedules keep them apart a lot. They like each other, but enjoy leading independent lives and being able to see others if they wish.
Oh,
right.
Wow.
Yeah. Right. Well, you know, right now there are no wedding bells in the future.
True.
It was true.
Definitely true.
Definitely true. Okay, here's a good one. I did not know. I know that something happened. I didn't know where. Lee, maybe you knew. Ace Frehley was arrested in Georgia and had to pay a $257 fine to get out of jail. That's the fiction. The fact. Ace thinks this one's a real doozy. Last time he checked, no such incident ever occurred. Last time he checked. The interesting thing about this rumor is how the person who started it came up with the $257 figure as the amount of the fine. So no, he was never arrested in Georgia, at least as far as we know.
I wasn't in Georgia then.
I would think, listen, it's so funny. Like some of these, where are these rumors starting from, right? So I'm sure something happened with Ace in Georgia. Was he arrested? Who the hell knows, right?
Right. Where'd it come
from? I don't think we can say if that was true or false, right?
Yes. Okay, so here we go. This is a good one. Okay. First of all, also, listen, guys, I really appreciate y'all being here. I want to point out before we keep going with this that today is a giveaway day. And for the July giveaway to celebrate the birth of our country, you will be getting a U.S. tour poster.
The best poster.
I'm not going to unravel it. A U.S. tour poster. And
a real one or a repro?
I don't know. On the bottom, it says that you can get more copies for $3. So, I mean,
probably original then, right?
$3. I don't know. I think they would have reprinted that on a reprint. You know what I mean?
Yeah, mine says that for additional copies, send $3. And mine is I know it's from on my wall as a kid. So
there you go.
It's the real deal.
It's the real deal. So, also, if you win, you also get to host this show. You pick the topic, you host the show. Sonny and Joey and Lee and I will all be on with you, and we're going to talk about what you want to talk about within reason.
Ernie, are you listening? Whatever this
Within
contest
reason.
is, you better enter. I know you want to be on here.
To join, all you have to do, there's a button if you're watching on YouTube. It says join. Click that button. It's 99 cents a month. I take the money that you guys pay and I buy this stuff. As a matter of fact, I got a new magazine to give away coming in a month. And I also bought two sets of the 1979 Mardi Gras doubloons. Kiss
Oh, nice.
doubloons.
Yep.
Yeah.
Joe, can you start buying 5 sets of everything so we all get one?
Well, I just want to give them away.
Yeah, but no, you could still give one away, but I would like one too. I mean, Jesus Christ.
Oh, okay. I'll send you one.
Thank you.
Anyway, okay. Here's a good rumor. You ready?
Okay.
All right. And this one, when I read it, I was like, what the hell? It says Kiss's first Florida concert had to be canceled because there was something wrong with Peter. That's the fiction.
Okay.
The fact is, guess what? This one's true. Peter cut his hand in New York a short while before the Kiss concert began in Florida, and the stitches in his hand hurt so much he couldn't possibly play at the first scheduled concert. That really is why the show was canceled.
What year is this? What year was the first Florida concert?
Okay, did you not hear? They're talking about in '79. Are you not remembering that during a photo shoot, apparently Peter got really mad and
punched the mirror?
He punched a mirror.
Yes.
Oh, wow.
So that's in there, but they're not explaining that, how it happened, but they're explaining that it was true. He was hurt. All right, this is another one. This is an interesting one. It's really funny because they're personal about Gene. Did Gene get married? Did he not get married? Ace, did he get arrested? It's so perfect. Paul's is borderline super ridiculous. This is Paul's. Paul is being thrown out of his apartment in New York. That's the fiction. The fact is, Paul is not being thrown out of anywhere, but he may indeed need to move because his address was given out in a newspaper item about a lawsuit he's involved in. Paul may just have to look for a new place so he can have the privacy he longs for so much. But then all about Paul and his need for solitude. Believe it or not, all of this started because one of Paul's neighbors complained about too much noise. Paul noisy?
What's the lawsuit?
It doesn't say. We're going to have to find out. I bet somebody out there knows.
Paul might have been partying back then.
This is all from the same. I'm sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead.
This is all from the same magazine, right? All these?
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Very cool.
70 of you guys are watching, came back from when we crashed. Thank you so much. We really appreciate it. Here's another one. So there is a point to this besides the fact that we're just having fun going back in time. Remember November 79, right, Joey?
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Fiction. Ace is leaving because he had such a hit with New York Groove and because his wife is having a baby.
Huh.
Fact. Ace did have a smash hit with New York Groove from his solo LP, but he isn't leaving Kiss. As for the other rumor, that one's not true either. I guess that means
no baby.
No baby.
I don't know when she was born. I don't know what year.
Well, Eric was in the band.
Okay, so it was after this.
Yeah, because if you remember, there's a picture of Ace holding her in People magazine. And that's the one with Eric on the cover. It says 16 will be sure to let you know if and when the Fraley's announce a blessed event.
Aww.
Okay, so
yeah, but even that, I bet you she's pregnant at this point, right? 79. All these rumors are based in some kind of reality. That's what it seems like to me. All of these are starting with whether they go completely off a tangent or they are based in reality. Obviously, the Ace leaving thing, yeah, he's thinking about it. He wants to leave soon. The Peter thing, yeah, he's just about out of the band, right?
Yep. Okay, so check this out. So November 1979. Peter Criss is massive rumor. He's not leaving the band. August 1980. Kiss. Peter talks about that horrible rumor. There it is, right there. Okay.
Yep.
September. Peter leaves the band.
It's unbelievable. Of course.
1 month later.
1 month.
Well, that's the stuff funny. And when you look back at history, right, there's so much of this over the course of history. And it, it starts so far back as early as all this stuff, with the Ghost players on Destroyer. I guess that's probably where it starts. But if you really look back at when Ace leaves the band the first time with Ace on the cover of Creatures, the press releases for the whole Creature tour is, I believe, if I remember correctly, Ace had a car accident. He couldn't do the tour. So they got a replacement just to do the tour, which was Vinny, the Wiz, Vincent. And he was only going to do the tour with them. Ace was still in the band. So Kiss is notorious for covering up some of this stuff over the years. And we've seen that over and over and over and over again, whether it was, all the way Psycho Circus. Obviously, we know Peter and Ace barely played on that. They covered all of that up. So many things over the course of history. We should do a whole show, Joe, on all of the things that kind of Kiss said over the years that really were just smoke screens.
Yeah. So, one of the things to point out here is in this magazine, they talk about the rumor with Peter and his wife, I guess, Deborah. That's his wife. I'll have to get into this, and we'll do it. We'll talk about it some more another time. But
He was crying.
There's always these rumors since we were little. The cow's tongue, the thing under his tongue was cut.
Of course, yeah.
They wore makeup everywhere. They never took it off. The blood was real. Ace was from Jendel. But there's something that I want to point out. In this magazine, there's only rumors of 2 people leaving the band. Ace and Peter. Why do you think that is, Joey? What'd you say earlier?
Again, it's all based in reality. Obviously, they're getting fed these rumors from reliable sources. It's a different age. It's not, there's no internet. If there was the internet back then, we would all have this stuff as it's happening. We'd know Ace left. We'd know Peter left because they would go online and they would tell you they left, right? But back then, people don't realize what a different world it was. Mm-hmm. The rumor mill, especially around a band like Kiss, because Kiss, again, people still don't understand. Nobody knew what these guys look like. It's insane to even imagine it in today's world with the internet. But, rumors for that type of band they were always swirling. So, they just had to cover things up. Obviously, there were grumblings around where Peter was unhappy, I'm sure, and the rumor where Ace wanted to leave because of New York Groove. That's all based in reality. Even Gene kind of, going Hollywood and maybe marrying Cher. That's all based in reality, right?
Yeah.
Possible.
I mean, they were definitely even on Family Jewels, when Cher went to visit him, there was a chemistry there. She gets out of the car. If I'm not mistaken, she shows up to visit him and see the new house. And she's like, I think she calls him Gino. And, there's just something,
Well, Gene's a big flirt with anybody.
No, that's watch those again. I haven't watched them since they're on. I bet they're still pretty good, right?
I can't watch them.
I didn't watch a lot of them myself either.
Because the truth is I don't need to see my demon as a bumbling fool.
Same.
I always say the same thing. Gene Simmons for car runs out of gas. Guess who picks him up in the desert? Carrot Top. And Carrot Top's going to save the day.
Gene Simmons wearing a red onesie and his toilet goes up and down automatically. Like, I need to know that?
You got to remember, obviously,
I don't want to know that he's a human.
It's a scripted show, guys. Every one of those episodes is scripted. Yes, is it based on
Obviously,
his
because
real
somebody was
family and stuff?
filming him walking
Of
in the
course.
desert. So-
But I disagree. I like to see that side of Gene. I think that's the side that people. I mean, I'm so glad that they got to see that side of Gene on Family Jewels, because when I toured with him, that's who Gene was every day. Gene was not the demon. Let me tell you something. When he put his makeup on, he was a different person. When I stood next to him when he had his makeup on, he was different, and I was different towards him. But during the day,
Right.
Gene was goofy Gene, eating cookies, chasing us around on a golf cart, and he was having fun. He was goofy Gene. That's really him.
You know, and I might be mistaken about the share and the share on Family Jewels. I know that I saw a thing where she went to the house, but I could have swore that's what it was. Anyway, so let's talk about some of the other things that you know. Did you ever hear any rumors that you thought were, you know? I remember hearing one time that Gene was actually hatched.
Well, how do we know that that's a rumor? That could be true.
I thought I heard Peter died when I was like 8th grade, because I remember literally crying about it.
Well, what year were you in 8th grade?
78.
So, I mean, that might have something to do with this rumor here where they're saying it's a clone.
Maybe. Because there was a big thing going around that he died. It could have been 78, 79-ish, like in there.
Wild.
Or no, probably 77, 78.
So, yeah, so unusual.
It's going all around the school.
You know,
again, you know, Kiss has been through so many different stages over their career, lying, unfortunately, about a lot of things behind the scenes, which is typical of any big band, big actor, anyone, right? You can't just blatantly tell business, because a lot of the stuff that Kiss had to not tell the truth about over the years was business related, right? The thing with Ace leaving, that had to do with their contract at the time, right? They needed to have 3 original members on that Mercury Casablanca type deal, and Ace leaving would have put that in jeopardy. So I understand that you have to do certain things for business purposes, but there's plenty of stuff that Kiss covered up over the years just because they're Kiss.
Right. Yeah. Hey, Lee, while we're sitting here, could you give me a number between 1 and 64?
37.
Oh, hey, I did. I was right there, right?
I'm confused with what.
Sure.
Joe,
you don't know 37?
Please don't ever do that on camera again, Joe.
It's from Clerks. She's wearing the T-shirt.
I don't remember what 37 was in Clerks. What was it?
Oh, boy.
I'm not going to say it.
Oh, I do remember.
Okay.
Oh, Joe, you're way past 37 for that, right?
Oh, I'm a pleaser. I got news for you. And I've never choked either.
Oh, my Lord.
You guys, all right. So what about any other rumors? Come on, there's got to be.
Thank you, Doug.
Yeah. I can't even. Let's see. All right. Chuck 74 is the winner of the U.S. tour poster.
Woo!
And he gets to host the show. Get in contact with us, Chuck, and we'll set it all up and get you on the show. And you're going to host Podcast Rock City.
Hopefully he's not on that day.
Sorry, Chuck.
Yeah, you're pushing all the buttons too. I'm not hiring Hector. I'm just kidding. It'll be a lot of fun. And so, all right. So listen, I have to tell you guys, Truck here. You guys, Truck is my son's girlfriend, Tessa. We call her Tesla. I guess that's them right there. Okay. Anyway, look how sweet. Okay.
Even she said to that gesture, never do that again, Joe.
I know.
Yeah, that was offensive to her.
She came up with an idea for some T-shirts, and we're going to do them with permission from Joey and Sonny. Okay. Oh. So we're going to do, this was all her idea, and we're going to go for
this
it.
Better be good before I see this.
We are going to sell, and you guys will have the opportunity to buy Podcast Rock City Team Casada, Podcast Rock City Team Booty t-shirts.
Man, that's funny.
Is that good? Is that okay with you?
Of course, it's okay. I
That
just want to
was
put a
hilarious.
disclaimer right now. Anyone who buys a Puni T-shirt is completely dead to me forever.
So I will tell you, they're being designed actually right now, and we probably will be able to show you them next week. Now,
That's funny, Joe.
Tessa, I want Puni's face on Jabba the Hutt. That's what I want.
Yeah.
That's the image.
I'll make you that tonight. I will make that for you.
No, that's disgusting. I'm only kidding.
I'm making it.
So Team Casada or Team Puni t-shirts, they will be available soon, and we'll make them so you guys could
and I do appreciate because if there's a Team Lee t-shirt, obviously she wins. So I understand, and I would like that to be sold to Joe.
No, I don't need
no discrimination.
No, this is funny.
You just can't be in the contest because you will beat us both.
Lee, no. This was we got all right. Lee's like me. We're going with the Puni Casada.
Funny, it's the feud. It's the feud. It's funny. I like it.
It's really great. All right, listen. This was a lot of fun. Listen, but we still got a couple of minutes here. Let's go ahead and look at this since we've got some time. This right here was the release to show
who's on the front of that. Oh,
Gene, meet the new drummer.
No, I was looking at the other picture.
I got into this and I realized,
is that the Dukes of Hazzard on there?
Yeah. Oh, John Schneider's going to be at that thing this weekend too, which is pretty interesting. I had no idea that I had cut some picture out here.
Oh yeah, mine are magazine.
What do you think it was, Joe?
Oh, it was probably just it was probably a picture of Eric.
Eric, yeah.
So this is a cool interview. Okay, it's meet Kiss's new drummer. Eric's his name and drumming is his game. Meet Kiss's new fabulous fox in an exclusive interview with Gene.
That makes sense.
The interviews with Gene.
Yeah, here, listen. Here. I'll just give you guys a few of the questions because they're funny. It says, this is Gene. Okay, Eric, let's pretend we've never met so I can interview you for 16. Eric says, you got it, Gene. Shoot. I don't know. It's
cute.
It says, let's just find a couple. Where do you live? I have an apartment in Brooklyn at present, but I'm planning to move soon. Do you have a car? I'm shopping for one now, which means no, but now he's got some money. Do you have any pets? No, I don't really have the time to give a pet any kind of attention it needs. What was your very first ambition? This was Eric's answer. To be a scientist. He goes, and then an astronaut. Then it shifted to art and finally music. The one common point was I always wanted to be famous and do something that I enjoyed. I'll scan this in and put it on the Podcast Rock City Facebook page so you guys could read it. You know, I have a story about what I wanted to be when I was a kid. I remember sitting at a picnic table with all my family, and they were all talking about what they wanted to be when they grew up, you know, and they were coming down the line, and my cousins were all saying what they wanted to be, and it got to me, and I said, "Oh, I want to be a rock star." And one of my family members went, "You can't be a rock star." And I pointed to one of my cousins, and I said, "He said he wanted to walk on the moon." And nobody said you can't walk on the moon. I was like, as soon as anyway, that's a true story.
Isn't that true? But that's how it's looked upon. It's crazy to think you're discouraged from becoming a rock star, but not discouraged from walking on the moon.
Yes, you'll be able to walk on the moon. I will tell you that I was playing at this concert. It was an opening of a Van skate park. You know, a Van skate park. You know those big. Anyway, we were playing. We got asked by the local radio station to open this skate park, and we were playing there. And I actually saw that family member walk past the stage over to my mother, lean in, say something, watch the show, and leave. They never even said anything to me. Fast forward, I unload the stage. I walk over to my mom, and I was like, "What did they say to you?" She said, "Oh, he leaned into me and said, Joe never really gave up on that rock star thing."
Oh.
It was true. Anyway, all right. We're going to go now and have some fun in our after school special. You guys come and hang out with us. If you have joined, it's 99 cents. If you haven't, you have time. Click the join button. I'm sorry we had a glitch at the beginning, but we got it all together. There's still 80 of you guys here checking us out. Man, you guys are amazing. And Saturday is when I'm going to meet Gene. Okay? I'm going to go there.
What do you think that wait's going to be like, Joe? Any idea?
I had to buy a ticket, so I'm imagining.
Okay.
So I know that Friday is sold out. He's only there Friday and Saturday. So think about that. You're only allowed to get 2 autographs. That's it.
Huh.
And Saturday is sold out. So let's say he's doing 3 hours. How many autographs can he sign in 3 hours?
A lot.
If he's jabbering, I want him to talk. I'm bringing Tessa and Jace in with me.
Nice.
So
are you allowed to do that?
I asked, they said yes. I said, can I bring my kids? And they said, yeah. Never mind that they're 18 and 20. It's still my kids.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah. So, and then I'll get Jason. Tessa's cute and she'll smile and Gene will be like, hey, let's spend some time here with Joey.
Pedro's not going to be there?
Pedro is going to be there, yes.
Oh, well.
So if you guys are going to be there, I'm going to tell you what, I'm going to bring some Podcast Rock City merch. If you're there, I'll have it for you. So just find me.
Joe, are you going to meet Bruce too? I mean, I know you met him before, but are you going to get some?
Yeah, I'm going to go and show some love to Bruce.
Anyone that sees Joe at the convention and they say their Team Casada gets a free Podcast Rock City swag that he has with him. Team Cooney gets slapped right in the mouth.
Yeah. I'm not slapping anybody. Maybe.
Yes.
You know what I'm going to say?
Will slap them.
Oh, listen, Joe, do you have anything to add?
Who, me?
Yeah, you're Joey.
Yes, you.
Yeah, just always one more time. Kiss Army Thing. Xander will be relaunching the Kiss Museum this Friday, July 11th at 6 p.m. I believe it is. Check it out. I think it's kissmuseum.com, but just Google it. It's a great place to buy all your Kiss vintage merch, all the merch over the years. It's a trusted place to buy it. Xander's top notch.
There you go. Lee, you have anything to add?
No, always fun. I love the rumors. They're hilarious.
Lee is
there is something to the cutting under the tongue, if you have tongue tie.
Okay, wait.
It's a frenectomy.
I forgot.
It's called a lingual frenectomy.
Yes, I forgot that you are a dental person and you know all about
dentist,
that.
Joe.
A dentist.
I remember a buddy of mine, Lee, growing up, his tongue was attached. I think it's still
ankylosing. Yeah, they got to do it.
It's still attached.
If you did it on a regular tongue, you may get a tad, a little bit more length, but it's nothing like genes, just genetic. You know what I mean?
Are you the goddess of thunder, DMD?
DDS.
DDS. You see what I did there, Joey? That was my Britt Baker.
Oh, I get it. Not many people got it, but I got it.
No, I know you did.
I don't think I got it. What did I miss?
Yeah, it's a wrestler thing. You know what I'm going to say? We love Kiss and we love Kiss podcasts. Look, man, we just have fun here. That's the whole point of Sunday nights at 7 p.m. when we all get together to talk about Kiss and just, let's be honest, we're just bullshitting and having fun. And that is what makes it so much fun. Sorry to swear, Tessa. Not that you've never heard it before. We love Kiss and we love Kiss podcasts, all but one. That's the absolute truth. Oh. And you're going to hear the commercials for all the ones that we love, not that one. Right after this, in 3, 2, 1. I'm literally not prepared. Peace.